Hello, Teletubbies and my Tubies. This is part 2 of what does the narcissist teach you about yourself. The reason they discard you and go to a new supply is because when they see that the fantasy is no longer working, it's time for them to move on. They're constantly chasing this new fairy tale because they don't want to have to face the real horrible and nasty feelings that they have inside of themselves. The reason the narcissist will reject you and abuse you is basically their fear of being abused and rejected. They want to be the first ones to do it to you, because they don't want to be the ones to have to feel this or have it done to them first. This is why they constantly switch from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. This is their defense mechanism, which is why they can't become deeply intimate with you and really let their guard down, because they can't. They just can't. Narcissists want to avoid feeling what they really feel deeply inside. They can't handle it. They will avoid this at all costs. Because being intimate or loving someone, it means you have to be open. You have to be honest, and you have to show your true emotions. This is something they don't have the capability of doing. Narcissists can never be honest with you because they can't even be honest with themselves. They can never be honest with their feelings or the emotions they do have. They can't allow themselves to become transparent. This is something that they can't do. And it's like, we're asking something of a person. If they can't do it, you just can't do it. Have you ever noticed, check this out, have you ever noticed how they tend to blow up in anger when they're forced to challenge themselves or to admit to the truth and see themselves for who and what they really are? Even though they refuse to admit it, this is why they blow up in anger. They always try to make it look like it's your fault. They take maybe, 2 or 3 words of what you said, then they take those words and they twist it and they use them over and over again to try to gaslight you. They know that they don't have a real backbone to their argument. They try to pretend like what went on never really happened. It's like gaslighting, or maybe sometime they will even apologize profusely, and then they'll swear that they'll never do it again and that they've changed. They make promises of going into therapy, and the only reason why they do this is so that you don't leave them. But in actuality, they know good and well they don't give a damn. They really don't. They believe that love, let me tell you their idea of love. Their idea of love is sucking people in, fooling people, deceiving people, getting their energy, getting their attention, and getting them to believe their lies. This is what gives them energy. This is what builds up their confidence and keeps them going. It's about getting attention and validation. That's what sums it up with them. 2 things: attention, validation. Did we give them attention? Did we give them validation? I believe most of us did. It just wasn't enough. Remember, they didn't get this in their childhood. We have to keep that in mind. And basically, they want this. They go after this profusely. And in reality, to be honest with you, don't blame yourself, because these mutants, they can't love or be loved, because in reality, they can't even love themselves. This is something that is important for them, and that they need to come to terms with in order for them to even consider going into therapy, to even try to think about getting help. Now, bear in mind, their idea of love is superficial things like attention and validation. That's their idea of love, as I already said that. We have to keep in mind that these are people who have been wounded as children. See, this is the part that makes your empath come out. They've been wounded as children, so hating them, that's not like a godly way to be. No one can hate them more than they hate themselves. That's why they constantly avoid any true feelings because they can't bear people hating them, because they know who they really are. They live a life of nothing but lies. They really don't know who they are. Narcissists always need to be fed chaos and drama. And that's why they always come back to you, baby. Like they say, they'll be back. It could be, I don't know, months, years, whatever. Days, months, whatever. They'll be back because they need that constant drama and that constant chaos. I'll do a part 3. Sheila True Love, you always have a choice. Choose wisely. God knows they don't. Anyway, we'll talk again.